originally had written a script for the Galaxy Buds Plus and how reliably good they were. I mean, in 2020, I can only think of one flagship smartphone that has a headphone jack, and that leaves consumers with basically two choices. Either to use the included headphones, if you're lucky, or to go wireless. And with Apple's decision to remove headphones and chargers, I'm expecting other companies to follow suit. Now, there's a whole bunch of different wireless headphone choices, but I think the choice for Apple and iPhone is really clear. The AirPods, right? For Android, though, I don't think the options is as clear. There are so many different headphones, so many different price ranges, so I thought I had made a decision with the Samsung Galaxy Buds Plus. At $150, they offer amazing battery life, great sound, good Bluetooth connectivity, and a really good microphone for calls too. But I'd like to mix it up a bit and throw these into the mix. The Samsung Galaxy Buds Live, or the Galaxy Beans as I like to call them. At $178, $20 gets you some additional features that some people might love, and others might hate. First, I'd like to point out some similarities between the Buds and the Beans. I have not had any issues with battery life. Charging these things about once a week with about 1.5 hours or so of listen time every day, and I only charge them once a week because I hate seeing the cases at around 10% battery life. Samsung advertises 11 hours straight with the Buds and 6 hours with the Beans, and while I've never listened to them that long in a single session, I believe both of those claims. These things last long, and with the charging case, they last even longer in between charges. Speaking of cases, these cases hold up a few charges for the respective Bud and Bean, and they could both charge wirelessly, or they could charge via USB Type-C. If you've got a Samsung Galaxy S10 or newer, you can charge them on the back of the phone. Neat. One thing to be mindful of, though, I think, is that the Galaxy Buds Live case doesn't feel like it has the Beans sit in as deep as the Galaxy Buds Plus case, so I originally thought that they weren't as secure, but I didn't have them fall out. So as a result of that feeling, I did a drop test on both of them, and I dropped them onto some carpet, and I can assure you that regardless of the Bud or the Bean, they will both sprawl out onto the floor, so just make sure not to drop the cases. They're both secure in them, though. Personally, though, I prefer the small square factor over the pill. The second feature these things have is the microphones. They've added more external microphones to help isolate your voice from the background noise, and I'll let you guys just be the judge of that sound. This is the Galaxy Buds Plus. I think they sound fine. I didn't use them to make a video like I did with the Galaxy Beans, but I did use the Beans to make a little video too. That's just an additional supplement to show them side by side. I think they both work well. The experience with setting these up are very similar. You open them up next to your device and Samsung will automatically recommend pairing them. It's great. It's easy. The experience using them is wildly different though. I really enjoy using the Buds because of how easy they are to put into your ear. They come with different size silicone tips to better fit your ear too. You kind of just put them in your ear and then twist them to secure it. The wings kind of help catch the ridge in your ear, and they fit snug, honestly. The silicone tip and the fit overall kind of help create this plug-in your ear effect that really helps isolate noise from the outside world. And when music is playing, you really don't hear anything else. That is, unless you want to. I've assigned a long hold to my right earbud to turn out ambient sound, which allows the external microphone to let in sound. In my experience, it works really well at medium level. You can choose to make them more sensitive if you'd like to, but I can usually hear the outside world perfectly fine with the music paused or at around 30% volume. You can control your music using the capacitive touchpads on the side of the Buds, and I found the secret to make them more responsive is to be a bit firm with your tap. You know, a tad bit harder than you would touch your screen. When you do that, they work wonders. Now, how good did they sound? I think they sound really good, actually. There's good bass, and as I mentioned before, the noise isolation really helps keep the soundstage tight. There's detail in the vocals, and they sound clean. I think they sound really good for the price. At least, I thought I did. Until I got my hands on the Beans. With that segue, I'm going to be starting off with the sound quality of the Galaxy Beans. They're my favorite sounding wireless earbuds I've tried in a while. The vocals are so crisp, and the soundstage feels so wide. I tried these one night, and I felt like I was there. It sounded like they were singing in my head. It was crazy. These things have even more bass than the Buds. And when I listened to them side by side, the Buds felt more empty and lifeless. But I don't want to completely undermine the Buds at all. They do sound great. But when Samsung said they added additional drivers to the Beans, it really made a difference in how they sound. It's a great job there. That isn't to say that the Beans are all perfect, though. Part of what helps the Beans have bass and great sound is their open back design. That means there's a decent amount of sound leaking in both directions. At about 70% volume, my coworkers will swear to me that I'm blasting my music, but I don't think so. I find myself having to have the volume louder on the Beans when I'm outside because I can hear the outside world leak in more often. And Samsung thinks they can combat this with the addition of active noise cancellation. But honestly, unless it's a quiet humming in the background, it really doesn't do much. And it's a disappointment since they sound so good. But noise cancellation on a design that inherently let noise in was doomed to fail. It took some time to get used to the experience that is putting the Galaxy Buds Live in my ears. They have a similar process of going in at an angle and twisting them to secure. They also have these interchangeable ear tip hooks, but these just kind of sit in your ear. So it was kind of a weird comparison because I felt like they should be more secure and snug like the Buds, but they just kind of sit there. After they're in though, I don't have any issues with them being secure. They feel fine and I don't ever feel like they're going to fall out or become less secure like the Galaxy Buds do when I move my jaw from talking. Oddly enough though, only my right ear becomes aware of the bean after about an hour or so. It's not quite sore, but it's like it's aware. I think it might be if I left them in a little longer. And it's so weird because my left ear has a perfect fit. They just don't have the same appeal that the Galaxy Buds do or other earbuds do for putting them in and leaving them there and forgetting they're there. Interacting with them though is easy, just like the Buds. Maybe a little too easy. Sometimes while readjusting the Beans, or hell, while even putting them ear, I often tap it and it'll begin to play music, and that can get a bit frustrating sometimes. And overall, it's a shame. I really wanted to like these Beans. I really do like these Beans. But after my experience with them, I think I will personally double down on my recommendation and recommend the Galaxy Buds Plus for most people. While I appreciate the sound a lot more on the Beans, I found myself reaching for the Buds more often for like a quick break at work or just to watch a video. They were better at isolating sound while I was watching / listening to music or videos, and they were quick to let sound in when I wanted them to. If you do more listening sessions to just pure music, I think you should definitely go with the Galaxy Buds Live if you can find the right fit. But my go-to for now are still the Galaxy Buds Plus. And if you're looking for wireless earbuds for your Android device, I'd start there too.